what makes this Audi A3 behind me the worst car I've ever bought. On paper, it's the newest car I've ever bought. It's fully spec'd. It's got electric windows front and back. It's got a really well spec'd interior. It's got steering wheel controls. We've got an electronic handbrake. We've got a control for the sat-nav and infotainment system. It's even got climate control and heated seats. This car has got all the toys, but it's got a bunch of nasty surprises with it as well. That's right, this car is disgusting if you hadn't guessed already. It literally looks like a dog or a bunch of wild animals have been living in here. There's food everywhere, dog hair everywhere. And looking at the outside of the car, it doesn't really get much better out here. This thing's been bounced off a wall, so you can see that there's a dent and some scuffs in the wheel arch. You've got damage to the headlight here. The front bumper here as well is all scuffed, so that's gonna need paint. The headlight's gonna need replacing. I don't know if you can fix those, but I guess we'll find out. And then looking around the rest of the car, it is absolutely filthy. This thing needs a damn good clean. So outside you've got, yeah, it's just absolutely disgusting. Now this car has no MOT, so I took this in part exchange against that Land Rover Freelander on the condition that the guy wasn't going to clean it and that it had no MOT. So I think first things first, I just need to put this in for an MOT and see exactly how bad it is. Who knows, it might actually pass, but I doubt it. So what we're going to do is give it a good clean inside so that when I put it in for an MOT, the tester doesn't really think I'm just taking a piss or refuse to get in the vehicle because it is that bad. So what we're going to do is let's get in here. I mean, it really smells. We've got to deal with that, and then hopefully I can get it in for a test. And if nothing else, I'll have a shopping list of parts I need to buy to get this thing back on the road. Let's get in here and start cleaning. I'm going in. Wish me luck. Because as we look in here, it is absolutely disgusting. You can see there are crumbs and chunks of food, empty drinks cans. I mean, that's a McDonald's chip down there. The dog hair everywhere. I mean, there's a flake of pastry that's probably come out of this motorway service station packet. And then the back of the car has clearly had some sort of dog orgy going on in here. There's all sorts of things splashed over the back seats. The carpet is just disgusting. As we look around here, I mean, there's an old iPhone box there, bottle of water, and even the dash itself. Right, that's enough complaining. Time to make a start on this. So let's just get the bulk of the dog hair off the seat by hand, and then maybe we can use something to kind of pick the rest of it up. Maybe get the Hoover in here. Oh look, 50p. So we've already made some money on this. This old mat is all busted. Doesn't even look like, yeah, I mean, it was the front mat, but that can go in the bin. We'll get some new ones of those. And again, we'll just pick up some of this dog hair by hand. Again, the more we can get out now, the easier it'll be when we come to use the tape. That's right, I said tape. I mean, gaffer tape fixes everything, right? So what we're going to do is just lay strips of gaffer tape down, and it will lift this dog hair right out of the carpet. And look, just as an example here, it actually really does lift the dog hair up quite easily. Now, it doesn't look like a lot because it's just a couple of strips of tape, but think about where we're starting from and look what's on this tape already. Right, 50 minutes in, and how much progress have we made? Well, we've taken all the big items out, so the bottles, the cups, the big chunks of dog hair, the wrappers, the packets, everything. That's all gone. And so after just under an hour, we're left with this. So we've got the majority of the dog hair out of the back, considering how it used to look in here. And then the front on the passenger side as well. Again, we're pretty good. Well, I mean, that's not looking too bad, is it? We've got a few stragglers left, but that's pretty much the passenger side of the car done. So now we need to turn our attention to the driver's side. And then with that done, we can give it a final hoover out, and hopefully it's going to be looking a hell of a lot better. So we're just going to do exactly what we did on the other side, which is cover the seats in gaffer tape. I know, look, bear with me, I promise it's going to work. So we cover the seat in gaffer tape, then the back of the driver's seat, because this is just absolutely caked in dog hair. Then same again on the carpet. We basically want to create a whole mat of gaffer tape so that when we pull it off, it's going to lift all this dog hair with it. And as if by magic, when we pull this off, the majority of the dog hair is gone. At least enough so that we can get in with a hoover. Now, with the interior cleaned? No, that's the wrong word. I guess with the interior de-haired, it's time to make a start on these seats because they're disgusting. They're covered in mud, drinks, whatever it is. There's some nasty stains all over them. So we're gonna have to get the wet vac out and make a start on these seats to get it as nice as we can for Dave, the MOT tester, because Dave, I'm not gonna put you through this. So wet vac in hand, it's time to give these seats a good spray of some cleaning solution. Yeah, we're gonna need a bit more than that. So with this cleaning solution on, we'll give the seats a good rub down with the brush, work it in, and then we'll see what colour comes out when we suck the water out of these seats. So again, same for the back seats. Give them a good spray. Now you might notice I'm only doing one half at a time. That's because I've got to lean across to do the middle. So I don't just want to spray it all and then get wet knees. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So look at the colour of this stuff coming out. Now with the seats dry, it's time to hoover out the interior. So you may notice that this looks like it could be Pablo Escobar's delivery vehicle. But in fact, it's just a bunch of bicarbon scented cleaning stuff. It's like a carpet cleaner thing, basically. You sprinkle it on, you leave it to sit for a while, and then you hoover it up. Hopefully this will remove all, if not most of the smell from this car, because it still absolutely stinks. It's disgusting. So with that done, we can then get the car in for an MOT and see what we're up against. Now, while I get this car hoovered out, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel and press the bell notification to get updated on the next video in this series or any other video we upload. There's lots coming, so guys, remember to press that bell notification. Okay, so I'm a good few hours into cleaning this car, and do you know what? It doesn't feel any cleaner. It's just disgusting. So we've de-haired the carpets, got most of the hair out of the seats. We've shampooed the seats once, but now they're dry. They're still disgusting, so they need doing again. It doesn't smell as bad in here, so that's kind of the main thing, is I can put it in for an MOT and it just looks like a bit of a grubby car. It's not absolutely filthy and caked in dog hair. So I think that's probably enough to, yeah, I think we've done enough for this to be okay. It's not perfect. I wouldn't want to drive around in it for any length of time, and I certainly wouldn't try and sell it looking like this either. So I think we need to get this in for an MOT now, and with it tested, we can see what we need to do and then come up with a plan to either tackle these seats properly or just get them replaced. Well, I think that's clean enough. It's certainly 100 times better than when it came into the barn. So look, we need to drive down the farm track and then under the bridge to drop this off for an MOT.
One eternity later.
Okay, it's been a few days, but we're back. Let's get this back to the barn and have a look and see how we got on. Did it pass? Right, back at the barn, MOT certificate in hand. How do we get on? We failed, guys. Yeah, that's right. This car is not back on the road. So looking at it, it failed on a handful of stuff. And I don't think it was actually that bad, but still, let's have a look. So number one, the position lamp intensity is significantly reduced near side front. What does that mean? So what happens is the DRLs kind of melt the plastic base that they sit on, and then that discolors the light tube, and then it basically means that you get this yellow effect on the DRL. Now, because it's only on one side, it's super noticeable. If they both look kind of dim, it just look cool, but still, yeah, so that's annoying. So that's going to potentially be a new headlight. Then we've got road wheel missing fixing near side front. Well, let's have a look, right? Because this did have all its wheel bolts in. So near side front is the passenger side for us here in the UK. Now having a look down here, let's have a look. Oh yeah, we are missing a wheel bolt. So looking at it, it's the locker that's actually missing. So no bad thing, because I generally don't like to run lockers anyway, because frankly, if you're going to steal someone's wheels, you're going to have the right tools to do it anyway. So we're going to change that out. So we're going to have to put another wheel bolt in there. Other than that, we've got the service brake is excessively binding on the offside rear. So that means when we look back here at the driver's side, the handbrake is sticking. Now again, it's common for Volkswagen Audi group cars to have sticky handbrakes. This thing's done 153,000 miles. So looking at it, it's probably due to be changed anyway. So it's a pain, but not a massive issue. So if we look down here, we can see we've got a very crusty rear caliper. So we'll swap that out. The discs and pads actually don't look too bad. I think they were done the last time I owned this car. I'd have to have a check, but yeah, so, well, if the handbrake's sticking, we might even do the discs and pads while we're there as well. But that's it as far as the MOT goes. We've got an advisory for misting on the rear shocks, but other than that, a couple of tyres that are close to the legal limit. And then that's this thing kind of back on the road. So not a huge amount to do, but it means that I can't drive this home today. So that's a bit of a pain. Now, as far as the interior goes, you've probably watched it thinking, Tim, why have you not done a thorough deep clean on this? And believe me, the thought had crossed my mind, but I wanted to get this in and MOT'd straight away. So at least it was legal and I could move it around while I decided what I'm going to do with it. So I think for me, the big thing is to get this car looking nice and really freshen it up. And the best way to get rid of this dog smell from the car is to change the seats for a nice set of leathers. So I've had a look on eBay. I've ordered this set of seats from a Audi breaker in the Midlands. They've just been delivered today, so they're back at home. So once I've finished up here, I'm going to get in the car, head home, and we'll take a look at these seats. Back in the Tiguan, heading home. Guys, I am super excited about these seats. Silver grey leather in that bluey green. Oh, it's going to look amazing. So look, I'm going to put my foot down and I'll see you back at my house. I'm back home. The interior's here. It's not good news, guys. I've been done over. I've been properly scammed on eBay. So the seats were supposed to be a stylish upgrade, I think they were listed as. Instead, they've turned up as an oily, stained, damaged mess. Let's have a look and see what I've actually gone and got myself and work out what the hell I'm going to do with them next. Now they turned up on a pallet, but like apparently they were flopping around the back of the van. They weren't wrapped up or anything. So yeah, when you look at the back seat here, again, it's just like, these are supposed to be mint. Like the leather's all dented. Like these are just stained and filthy. Do you know what? If it was just a matter of giving them a clean, I wouldn't be so annoyed, but you can see that we've got like big dents and scuffs in the leather. And then when I look at the rest of it, like down here, it gets worse. I mean, on the top of this headrest here, you can see it's just like, again, it's just dirty, right? Again, but you can see where it's been. Can you see? You can see where it's been scuffed along inside. I can't even get my words out. I'm just, guys, I'm like properly like, what the hell have I bought here? I think you can see it better here. You can see where the dirt has just been like scuffed away by the floor of the van. And then again, just like all of this. This was supposed to be a drop-in job and really update the look of the car, but you can see that they're just disgusting. There's like wet oil on them. They've like marked the wall where they've been put up against them. That's not the worst of it. The worst bit, let me show you. So if we look at the driver's seat here, again, it is filthy. It's absolutely disgusting. But the worst thing is, you've got this big old dent here where something's either been dropped on it, or the fact that the headrest is twisted. You can see that that's not sitting straight at all. It's actually damaged it. And you can see here that you've got a big crease in the leather here where this has just been like pushed down. So you can see if I push the headrest in there, it just doesn't sit right. Yeah, there you go. That's the headrest all the way down. And on this side, you've got a gap. This side, you haven't. These seats have clearly either taken a massive whack while they're in storage or in transit, or this car was rolled and they've just said, yeah, do you know what? Screw it. Let's just send them out to someone on eBay and it's their problem. I mean, what am I going to do with them? I I've spent £500 on these seats, and this was supposed to drop into the car and completely transform the interior. I've got the door cards and they're just as bad, but there's no point in dwelling on that. What am I going to do? What would you do? Guys, let me know in the comments, because I really think at this rate, do I just chuck them in the back of a car and just drive them back to Birmingham, take them back to the breakers and say, look, you know, guys, I want my money back. These are an absolute... So guys, let me know down below, what would you do in my situation? I've spent £500 on an interior that looks like it's just been covered in oil. It's dented, it's scuffed, the leather's pitted. There's a small tear in the back of one of the rear seats. That driver's seat, the frame is twisted. It's not safe. It's not usable. And I don't know what to do with it. I mean, I could take the covers off, I guess, and put them on my other seats and kind of make one decent leather interior out of the two interiors, but the door cards are just as bad. So I'd have to kind of try and unpick the leather off the door cards, and I don't know, it just seems like a whole load of hassle when all I want to do is just sit down, drink my beer and think about how great this A3 is going to be. But look, guys, I'm sorry to leave the video on a bit of a downer, but I guess, yeah, sometimes you just get scammed, and thankfully, I say thankfully, hopefully eBay will be able to sort something out for me. If not, I say I'm just going to have to take a drive up to Birmingham and see what this guy's going to do about it. So guys, with that in mind, if you're this far into the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, it really does help. I'm going to drink my beer and I'll see you on the next one.